I did not jizz on myself. I had beignets. And beignets are delicious. So get your wine, nerds. Let's talk about books because it is that time. What up, Mess? Hashtag no regrets. The fucking wine. Not the wine. Well, the wine is also delicious, but so were the beignets. Okay, let's do this. You know how we do. This is your first time book reviews with Crystal. Welcome. What's up? I'm Crystal. Remember, things to remember are that I say fuck a lot. So if you're in a room with small children, you might want to put headphones on. The other thing to remember is that I don't do names. Names I find to be one of the most irrelevant things ever. So as I go through this book and talk about these characters, there's going to be a lot of moments I'm going to be like, that motherfucker, and describe that motherfucker while not remembering that motherfucker's name. So there you go. So we're going to talk about the LifeLike Trilogy by Jay Kristoff. So he's written 3 of these. So it's LifeLike. Look at this fucking fly ass cover. This is the backwards. Deviant and True Life, which is the 3rd one. You have discovered Audible and it's dangerous. Okay, see, here's my thing with audiobooks. I can't listen. Like, I have to be doing something that is literally not going to take my attention away from, like, hearing the book. So, and I don't think I can't just lay there and, like, listen to a book. My mind will wander. But I do have my Solitary Practitioner's Guide to Wicca is an audiobook. And I've been listening to that while I ride my bike. And that is effective. So I can listen to music while exercising or bike riding, but I cannot, like music, books. I can listen to books while bike riding and retain information, but any other, like, I have not found any other ability, like any other activity where I can, like, listen to a book and I'm actually going to listen to the book. Otherwise, I'll just be on my fucking phone, like, fucking off on Twitter. Some readers are trash, not gonna lie. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. All right, let's fucking talk about the LifeLike series. So no spoilers first, and then we got to get into some spoilers because then I gotta really fucking geek out about these books. Audiobooks have been my Jesus. I wish I could just, like, fuck off and do something and still, like, but my brain will wander or it'll refocus on something else, and then I'll have missed a whole fucking chapter and it's like a whole big thing. Okay, so the LifeLike series takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. Pretty sure this is YA. I think it was listed as YA. Post-apocalyptic, that's very hard to say, world. And it is a world where humanity has pretty much, not humanity, the USA, he literally spells it in the book YOUSAY, which I thought was very clever. The USA has pretty much been fucked by, like, war and bad life choices. So we're in a situation where, like, there are 2 corporations left. So they're like city states and they're, like, on 2 opposite ends of the map, and they are, like, night and day. There's dataless technologies, which is all, like, Terminator. And then there's biomass, which is all fucking robots plus organics. Weird shit like that. Like, not quite Horizon Zero Dawn, but kind of, like, more organic than machine, but kind of both. Like, yeah, biomass is all, like, weird organic fucking shit. Yeah, but anyway, they're, like, big corporations that they are both fucking sucking crazy. You know the drill. And then there's all the fucking people in between. There's a very interesting cult called the Brotherhood, who is all like, I love Jesus. Those people, right? And they go around scooping up deviants. And deviants are basically people in this world who have X-Men-like powers. Not even like X-Men-like powers, although kind of like X-Men-like powers. So like I'd say like in the middle of X-Men-like powers, but really close. Yeah, so there are a rarity of humans that have these abilities, and the Brotherhood runs around these little fucking towns that are pretty much lawless, and Kristoff does a great job describing. This whole world looks dirty. This whole world is, like, ugly and fucking dirty, and it's depressing. It is, like, gloriously depressing to see what has been done with the world. in this book. And yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. So that's kind of like give you like the setting. And then you meet Eve and her best friend Lemon Fresh, named that way because when Lemon Fresh was abandoned as a baby, and that was the name of like the the detergent box that she was left in. So her name is Lemon Fresh. She's awesome. Eve and Lemon are pretty fucking cool. They like this. There's a little robot named Cricket who's the fucking bomb. I fucking love Cricket. And I'm trying to like, I can't spoil. This is like the no spoiler section. So basically, in a nutshell, this book will make you question for true what it is to be human. I spent a lot of time, and I guess it's because I'm on this kick writing book 3, because I spent a lot of time wondering, does this robot have a soul? I spent a lot of time like really, really wondering that. Really, really does this robot have a soul? Like, at what point does like consciousness, like, do you get one? If you are now this AI that can like feel emotion and have emotion, do you get a soul too? Like, does it just like slide on in all like secret like how does that work? That's what I was thinking about a lot of times while reading this book. Kristoff does a really great job in this series. Creativity number 1. He's so fucking creative. Like he's one of those authors that I literally just want to sit down inside of his brain and just look around as things just happen. Like, he's so fucking creative. Not just with the world that he's built, but also with the little things like dialogue and sayings. Like, people in this book, like True Cert, like kind of just, it's kind of like saying true. Well, I'm gonna walk around now just saying True Cert to everything. So he does a really great job of making you care about secondary characters, and there are quite a few over the course of the trilogy. I feel like there are some secondary characters in this book that I cared about more than the main characters, Cricket being one of them. There was only one character for me, a secondary character, that kind of got lost, which is a shame because she has a really cool ability. Her name is Diesel. You'll meet her book 3, maybe, I think book 2, maybe, because I literally read them back to back to back, so now my brain is having a hard time determining what happened in what book. I think you meet her maybe in book 2, definitely in book 3, but Diesel has this cool ability where she can literally open rifts in the fucking world. Like, she'll open up a portal like here, and then another portal up here, so she can like make you fall in this fucking portal, then you come out that portal, which is fucking cool as shit. She was the only character in the book that I felt like definitely got lost amongst all the other kind of characters. And it wasn't that she wasn't cool, it was just that she didn't really stand out to me. It was kind of like, oh, the fuck is, oh yeah, Diesel. And the only reason I kind of remembered her was because of her powers. Like, if she didn't have that cool ability, I don't think I would have remembered who the fuck this character was. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of feelings about her one way or the other. I was kind of ambivalent. Everybody else I kind of had feelings about. Kristoff does a really good job of making you hate people. He does a really good job of making you fucking like hate characters, or hate the situation, or like hate these choices that you're making. Like, you definitely read his books and have a lot of feelings, because there's this one AI in the book named Gabriel, and I found him to be the most infuriating fucking little piece of shit. And there were so many times that I wanted to just reach through the pages and fucking just choke him until he fucking died. But he'd probably kill me because he's a super fast fucking AI, so I wouldn't be able to kill him, and that would just enrage me more. But yes, he does a really good job of making you just be like, what the fuck? Just such a good job with that. The story doesn't really drag. It didn't have those moments. I didn't do too much skimming. Couple times I found myself skimming some stuff. I was just like, I don't care, you know, but not too much. Not nearly as much as I skim in Dean Koontz novels, where he's just spends like fucking 25 pages describing I don't even know what. Not nearly as bad. It keeps your attention. It's very fast paced. Really good levels of character development throughout. I think it's a good book that people will read it and you'll kind of be like, I wonder. It's definitely one of those books that make you or make you wonder what choices you would have made in those situations. I think he does a really good job of bringing the characters down to a level where you get them even if you don't agree with them. Eve is the only character, and I can't talk too much about it in the non-spoilery section, but she's the only character that starts out one way, ends up another way, and she's becomes really hard for me to wrap my head around. Eve is one of the main characters, kind of. She starts out as a main character, and then I kind of feel like she's not. And Lemon and kind of the other people are more of the main characters, and Ezekiel and kind of the bad guys that they're fighting against become kind of more prominent. She kind of falls away to the wayside. And I'll talk more about the spoiler section because I don't want to spoil it. But she's the only character for me that I don't know. She's just that's kind of how I feel about Eve. This face that I'm making is kind of like Yeah, but if you like post-apocalyptic worlds, you like that AI shit, you're looking for a new good YA series to pick up, the LifeLike series, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Like 4.5 out of 5, no doubt. Like it's good. It's a really, really, really good series. I read the first book, was pissed off I didn't have the other books. Went to Barnes & Noble to get the second book, and then had to order the third one on Amazon. So I literally read these over the course of like a week. And I think that was just because this one was a little slow. Because I was working, and then I went on vacay, and then I fucking wiped it out. And then I read Deviant and True Life, like back to back in a day. A banjo arm or a harmonica mouth? Banjo arm. I would rather have a banjo arm. I'm gonna go with that one, yeah. So is there anything else I can say about these books without spoiling the shit out of them? The climax was not ruined. He did a really good job in the third book with the climax. I was not nearly as pissed off with the True Life climax as I was with the Dark Dawn climax. It did not piss me off. He ended it well, I thought. He did a really good job. I think endings are sometimes, I know you guys all readers here, but you know that sometimes endings of trilogies can be hard for authors, and I think he does a really good job of wrapping things up, even if I'm kind of like about Eve, but we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, really good. He's so vivid in the way that he writes, and I can safely say that at least in these novels, everything did not smell like shit. In the Nevernight novels, I swear to God, he had this obsession with describing how things smelled like shit. In the LifeLike trilogy, I did everything. I'm pretty sure everything probably does smell like shit because just the way he has described the world, everything is probably terribly smelly and just awful. But he really engages your senses, and he's a very, very visual writer. So you can really see the scenes that he sets, and he does it without dragging descriptions on for 25 fucking pages like Dean Koontz seems incapable of doing. I love Dean Koontz, though. I read all his books, but seriously, dude. But yeah, no, Kristoff will give you like a really good description of something, and you get a really good, you see it, especially when he's describing, in one scene, the characters find themselves like inside of one of Biomass's robots, and I guess the robot's job is to like clean up the oceans, which are fucked up. Like, don't drink the water, for real. Like, the ocean is like black now because humanity fucked up, and like they're inside of it. And if I was inside of this thing, I'd probably tap out at life. Like, I just quit life because it's just, man, like the description of what these characters had to do inside the belly of this fucking organic / I don't think I could do it. I remember reading that scene going, no, I'm not getting in that water. I'm not touching a fucking thing. Like, I'm not, no. So yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, you'll have a lot of feelings. You will definitely have a lot of feelings reading this novel, reading all three of these books, one way or the other. And I think you can get really, I know it gives a lot of good food for thought. I think you can get really deep with it as far as, I mean, you kind of expect that, you know, in the novel that humanity has treated robots for the most part like shit, right? Because that's welcome to 2020, right? And I feel like these books are a great reminder that humanity has a lot of growing up to do before we should be responsible caretakers for any other kind of sentient life. Like, we can barely take care of humans. Let's not even talk about how we would treat robots, and what would happen if robots decided that they didn't like how they were being treated and all of that. So it's it's kind of a recycled question, but Kristoff, I feel like, he brings it back in these books and really makes you kind of think about it again. And it's not necessarily that he answers the question of that either way. He kind of leaves it up to you, but it ends interestingly. It's a very interesting ending, and I thought really well done. There's also some plot twists in this that I did not see coming, which I'm very pleased about. There was a couple of them that I was like, oh shit. And then those twists kind of inform the characters and kind of shape the characters. And I was like, well, okay, yeah. So he does, yeah. There's a couple that I did not. I'm mad. One I got really spoiled on accidentally. Careful following authors that you love on Twitter, because sometimes apparently they post spoilers of their books. And this wasn't even a spoiler that I could dodge. But even knowing that, when I finally got to the part about the spoiler, I was like, that's fucked up. That's still fucked up. That's real fucked up. That's real fucked up how it went down. So even it was a spoiler, but I didn't think the spoiler was gonna happen the way it happened. And so I was like, that's big fucked up. That's big fucked up. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5 demon goats on this. Definitely gets you the LifeLike series. Is LifeLike, is Deviant, and it's True Life. Those are the 3. They're all out. You can all get them. You can get them. You don't have to wait. Fuck that waiting shit. As far as like which books of Kristoff's I would say to start with, I'd actually still say start with the Illuminae Files. And he co-authored that with Amy Kaufman. If you were going to start with books written by Jay Kristoff, I'd actually say do them in the order that I've done them. Although I'd say 100% start with Illuminae Files, because that trilogy hands down is the most creative fucking thing I've ever read in my life. Like, seriously, I've read a lot of fucking books, and that is still the most. And I think it's because of the format, because of the way they wrote the Illuminae Files. Like, you open it and you don't think you're gonna be able to read it, and then you're like, fuck off, don't talk to me, I'm reading a book. You're like, hi, Camu. So definitely the Illuminae Files, and then after that you could go either LifeLike or Dark Dawn. If you don't want to read YA, go with the Dark Dawn trilogy, or the Nevernight trilogy. If you don't give a fuck and you'll read some YA, then go with LifeLike. Even though this isn't Twilight. I mean, that's dirty. I shouldn't even have said that. It's not. It's like Hunger Games level YA. It's really good. It's like really good fucking YA. Yeah, he writes good sex scenes. Even for YA, I was like, that's pretty good. You go. Get your fuck on. All right, so now we're gonna go spoilers, because I have feelings and I need to discuss those feelings. He will break your heart in this book a couple of times, by the way. You've been warned. You've been fair warned. Where's my spoilers button? Hold on, I gotta find it. There's my spoiler alert button. I gotta put that on. All right, we about to spoil the shit out of these books. If you don't want to be spoiled, fuck out. Get the fuck out. If you don't want to be spoiled, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. We spoiled it. It's up. Okay. Twilight book, much better than Twilight movies. Probably. Did I read? I don't even know if I read them. I feel like I read one. I think I did read one Twilight, and I don't remember which Twilight I read. I think I read the one where the werewolf like has this fucking weird ass bond with the baby. I think I read the one where she becomes a vampire. I think I read that one. And that was okay. I mean, it was okay. So yeah, all right. Let's talk about LifeLike spoilery. Okay. And I don't want to get like too much into it, but have you ever had this happen where you read a book with this character, right? And then this character discovers some shit. So basically what happens is Twilight isn't as bad as the worst of the haters say, but it's got flaws, definitely. Okay, fair, Camu. Fair. So, okay, I guess I need to rewind. So with with the LifeLike. So there's back in the day of the USA, which I thought was fucking hilarious, how he called the USA the USA. That's awesome. So back in the days of there was this corporation. It was called Gnosis Labs, and they were the one that made AIs that looked like you and me. They made like Battlestar Galactica level fucking AIs, kind of like the 7s and the 13s and the 6s and all that look just like us. And they're stronger, better, faster than us and all of that. And he actually made their minds like his children. And it was all like, great in the Garden of Eden, and he named them after angels because of course he did, because fucking people and their fucking egos and all that shit. He was, his ego kind of got the better of him, as will happen, right? And it was an interesting thing that happened to the LifeLikes, as they were called. There were 13 of them, and this guy who created them, Nicholas, he had, I don't remember, like 3 children or some shit. One of his daughters was named Anna. There was like Alex and some other fucking kid whose name I don't remember because I don't do names. Whatever. So he had like 3 kids, his wife, him, and now all his fucking AI babies or whatever, children. And they described them really, really interestingly. They described them as like being born with all this emotion, but not having the years to process it, which I found really, really, really fucking fascinating to think about that. To think about being in love at like age 2, but you're not a 2-year-old, like you're an adult, but you've literally only been alive for 2 fucking years to be able to process love and jealousy and hate and like all of that. So it was a really interesting thing to think about. So it made me kind of figure out why the AIs kind of are a little fucked up. They're a little fucked up. Like one of them, it's like, so he does another really fucking awesome thing where there are the 3 laws of robotics. And hang on, I'm gonna find it for you. Wait, because he puts them. Okay, so there's the 3 laws of robotics, right? A robot may not injure a human being or through an action allow a human being to come to harm. That's crossed out, and underneath it says, your body is not your own. Which I thought was brilliant. So if you're an AI reading that, your body is not your own. The second law of robotics. A robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. That's crossed out. Underneath it, your mind is not your own. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Also crossed out. Underneath it, your life is not your own. You're like, that's that. So like, imagine being conscious enough to know that you're a slave, but you can't do shit about it, which a lot of people can kind of gel with. We can gel with that. So that's kind of where the AIs are at, all these beautiful ones. And one of them, like before the fall and everything, like actually kills himself. And that's when people kind of realize that, oh shit, the AIs might be a little fucked up because there's nothing in his programming that he should have been able to fucking kill himself. So why the fuck did he kill himself? And then like 2 of them are in love and they're hiding it and they're keeping it secret from like everybody else. And so basically what happens is like, Nicholas, the guy who made the AIs, goes on a whole little I am God, I am awesome, the board can't tell me shit, blah, 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 blah. Corporate enemies. There's an attack on his life. His daughter, Anna, who is very important to the story, is really, really hurt. One of the AIs dies trying to protect the family. And so that AI's name is Grace. Her lover was AI Gabriel. And when Grace dies, Gabriel is not okay. He's not okay. And then Nicholas makes it worse because now he's all in paranoid mode. People are trying to kill my family. They're trying to get me, blah, blah, blah. So he basically gives Gabriel it's like a nanite virus or whatever that erases his 3 laws and then orders him to kill all his board members so he don't have no competition. Not thinking that if you erase the AI's 3 laws, then they could turn against your idiot ass, which is literally what happens. And it's fucked up. So they literally, like Gabriel, who is heartbroken because he is like, it's literally driving him crazy. Like he lost the only thing that he ever loved. He lost it. He's been alive for all of fucking like 90 minutes. So he has no life experience to process the fact that he has lost this person. And his master just basically turned him into a fucking murderer. So you can see how that was probably a really bad choice by Nicholas, right? Okay, so then the robot, so he Gabriel gives all his brothers and sisters, 13 of them, well, now 12 because one died, the virus that will erase the fucking 3 laws of robotics. So now they can do whatever the fuck they want. Right. And they're stronger, faster, better than humans. Right. So they basically take Nicholas's whole family, fucking bring them into a room and kill them one by one by like literally like the 10-year-old little boy, both sisters, pop, dead. Fucking murdered. Yeah. So kind of after that, there's like, you know, the AI is kind of split off because Gabriel is all like, I gotta get Grace back. I want Grace. I love Grace. I'll do anything to get Grace back. And there's like information hidden behind this computer wall, like Nicholas's secrets about how to make more AIs and blah, blah, blah. So Gabriel basically spends the next couple of years trying to fucking open that. The other AIs are like, whatever. We don't give a fuck about you and your fucking problems with Grace. Love is like a human emotion, blah, blah, blah. So they kind of split off and fucking go their own ways. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is like being torn in two by the corporation wars because now that Gnosis has fallen, Daedalus and Biomass can fight for what's left of the USA. And so it's big, like it's terrible. You know, human beings doing terrible human shit. So you fast forward to time and you meet Eve. And basically what you find out about Eve, which is really fucked up, is that Eve is actually Anna, but Anna's mind. So in that attack that killed Grace and hurt Anna, Anna was actually brain dead. And Nicholas couldn't live with that. He couldn't, like, that wasn't like, he like couldn't because Anna was like his favorite kid, so he couldn't live with it. So he basically keeps her alive, but she's fucking brain dead. So he's got her on like fucking like, just like ventilators, whatever. And then literally copies her body as it is, uploads her consciousness to that body and doesn't tell anybody. Doesn't tell his wife, doesn't tell the other AIs or whatever. So Anna was having an affair with Ezekiel, the only AI that wasn't fucking crazy, basically. The one AI, he writes it, Kristoff writes it really kind of pretty in that because Ezekiel loved Anna. And I feel like there's got to be another reason because Gabriel loved Grace and he's fucking nuts. But Ezekiel loving Anna kind of kept him quote unquote human. So when his brothers and sisters were all like, let's fucking kill all the humans and rah, 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 Ezekiel was like, no, don't stop. So he's actually the one, I just got it right. Kids, not so much. Right. No, Nicholas definitely deserved it. The kids, not so much. So he's actually one to shoot Anna and he does it in such a way that she'll live. And he doesn't even know, like Ezekiel doesn't even know that she's fucking AI because Nicholas hasn't told anybody. So he shoots her and then takes her to this guy Silas, who was like Nicholas's like friend and, you know, my family is your family type situation, but also knows that Nicholas is a little and was trying to tell Nicholas stop being and then Nicholas was still so, you know, but then Silas, who knows what she is very clever and like basically raises her as his own, but doesn't ever tell her that she's AI. And so AI regenerate, but where she got shot, he like puts in like a robot eye and like this mem drive the way it's in. So so because of this thing in her face, it never heals. So she literally, Anna the robot literally grows up thinking that she is actually Eve and has no fucking idea about her past. Like none of it. None of it. She grows up thinking she's Eve, that Silas, this guy who saved her, is her grandfather. Like when Ezekiel brings Anna to Silas, Silas says, I'm going to take this person and I'm going to make them forget about the tragic past. The fact that she just watched her whole fucking family get killed. Like nothing. Her name is Eve now. And he's like got this in his head too, that, you know, it would be like Nicholas's greatest achievement if Eve grows up to be a good fucking person and never knows that it's a robot. Like that's it. Like that's right. You see where this is going, right? You see, okay. So then shit happens, and basically Eve finds out everything. Like not even like she slowly starts to like have memories of her family getting murdered. So now like imagine that you're having this terrible fucking nightmare of seeing people get shot in the fucking head by beautiful people and not knowing what the fuck is going on. Right, that happens. So slowly it's uncovered. She realizes that she's Anna. That's the first, what the fuck, I'm like the daughter of this guy that was saved. So that's the first revelation. Then she finds out that, okay. Well, then she basically finds out that she's fucking AI. And she finds it out in the worst way. Like, she gets shot. She gets shot enough for it to have killed her. And instead of it killing her because she's AI, it fucking heals. Yeah, it literally, she just heals up. And so now she's looking down at herself like, oh my fucking God, I'm one of them. So now you find out that you're not even really fucking Anna. You never were Eve. And you're a fucking AI. And her best friend lies to her, unfortunately. And it's kind of sad. So Lemon Fresh, which is a great character. You will fucking read this book and love Lemon Fresh. She's like the plucky sidekick. She's the fucking bomb. And she is one of the deviants. So she has the ability to short circuit robots. And Eve, when she was growing up and thought she was just Eve, and her and Lemon were like best friends, she would fight in the War Dome, which is basically robots fighting robots or whatever. And Eve was losing a battle and screamed and short-circuited the other robot. At least Eve thought she had. It was really Lemon, and Lemon, because, you know, being a deviant, whatever, she was just scared and she didn't tell her friend. She didn't tell her fucking friend. So then Eve finds out, A, she not human, B, her life is not her own, all her memories, all the memories she's got in her head aren't really fucking hers, and her best friend lies to her. So Eve goes a little crazy. Eve loses her fucking mind. And I think she goes from 0 to like real quick. And now, like, over the course of this book, like, she's a very strong character. Like, you get that about her. Like, she's a survivor. Like, even before, like, she's, you know, they're running and they're going through this whole, like, fucking, like, you know, before she finds out all the truth, like, she's just, like, the strong, but she's genuinely, like, a good person. Lemon is an anagram for Melon. You're amazing, Camu. So she's had a little bit of life experience and like a loving grandfather and a friend or whatever, but she goes from like nice person to teaming up with Gabriel to be like, fuck humanity, let's just kill everybody. So fast. Like, so, and I think that was the first, like, I kind of got it. Like, that part, I was like, I kind of get that. As much as you can understand, like, every memory, feeling, thought that you had, maybe questioning as to whether or not it's really yours, if anything is really yours, and wanting to finally make a choice that you made that wasn't born from the person that you were uploaded to be. And that really, and for her, that, like, goes into, like, so her and Gabriel are trying to find the real Anna, so they can unlock the secrets about how to make more lifelikes, because Nicholas was smart enough to lock all his stuff behind like this computer wall that needs like 4 levels of identification, and it can only be done from somebody who's still alive. So Nicholas, by the way, was so crazy that he kept his brain dead daughter alive in a facility elsewhere, literally on life support, because he couldn't let it fucking go. Right. So the AIs, Eve and Gabriel, now go on a quest to try to find the real Anna so they can open up the computer to get all the information to make more lifelikes and the virus so they can free all the other robots, and there can be like a Terminator type situation going on. In those scenes, Eve fucking like, bruh, she's fucking people up left and right. Like, she don't give a fuck. Like, she killing everybody. Like, they go into these towns and they just fucking obliterate them. Like, she is just like, fuck it. This is a choice that I'm making for myself. She thinks that if she can just get to Anna and fucking kill Anna, then she'll be like, finally, like the ghost of this person that she was supposed to be. And I get it. Like that, she just so quick. 0. I feel like, yeah, from like, you know what? From that kind of standpoint, like, I got her. But then she goes a little Kylo Ren in that she's conflicted. Because then, which also makes sense, like when she sees Anna, she's like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't kill her. And of course you got Ezekiel, who's still and Lemon, who are still kind of in the mix, especially Ezekiel, who's trying to be like, yo, like, what the fuck, babe? Like, why? Like, don't be like this, you know? He's cool. No, Ezekiel's cool. He's cool. He is definitely like the voice of reason in a world gone fucking crazy. He tries real hard, like real hard to be like a good person or good AI or whatever, good person. And like, so like she has a lot of moments where people are like trying to be like, bitch, you don't have to be Anna, but you ain't got to be fucking crazy either type situation. And so she kind of gets, and this is why I'm conflicted about her, because as these very amazing books go on, I feel like she kind of gets left in limbo a little bit. And I get it, because I don't know if there was much more he could have done with her, but she feels stuck. And I guess she was supposed to, because like you don't see her at all very much in true life. Like there's like, this is a thick book and she is not in a lot of it. She's just not. Like when you see her, she's still kind of conflicted about stuff, but she's not stopping Gabriel, but she's not really helping him. She's kind of just letting him fucking be crazy and do what he wants to do, and it's kind of ambivalent about it all. She's very much in the, she wants robots to be free and have a choice because she knows what it was like to not have choices. So she's very much about that, where Gabriel is pretty much, he don't give a fuck about robots because they're lesser than the magnificence of his, you know, AI self or whatever. He's fucking crazy. You hate Gabriel. He's fucking douche. So at least she kind of makes a decision there with like, she definitely like cares about robots, whether they're fucking the beautiful AIs or they're, you know, the different levels of, you know, sentient beings. They look like fucking robots or whatever. And then when she finally kind of has her moment where she finally realizes that she doesn't have to be an asshole, I dig it. I guess, I don't know. I think I might have wanted to see more from her, but I do get why you don't, because there's really, I mean, there's not much there until she gets to that point where she actually makes the fucking choice. And I think that's where my frustration comes with Eve, because you're just like, bitch, make a choice. Like, make a fucking, like, you crazy? You not crazy? Like, what are you? What are you? And I feel like probably that frustration was supposed to be there because I guess she was going through it too, so we're going through it with her. But I am the reader, is just fucking annoyed at her. And there's a lot of, I didn't know if I wanted to fucking like slap her or like fucking shake her or something. Like I didn't know. So she's interesting. She's interesting. So I do like the choice that she finally makes in the end. And for somebody who says that he doesn't like happy endings, he keeps giving us happy endings. I see you, Kristoff. I see you. You like happy endings. Don't lie. You do. There's this whole like amazing battle scene, which was done really, really well. And Cricket, who is fucking awesome, who is this little, they're called Logicas. He's a little robot. He is like your conscience, who's mouthy, and don't call him little because he's not little. And he gets hurt, and then they put him in a big warbot. So he's a big motherfucker. He got guns and shit. And he's awesome, and I love him so much. And he's trying to take care of Lemon and Ezekiel and protect humans or whatever. And there's this scene at the end where he's, you know, everybody's in a big fucking fight. And Eve comes along, and she throws the cure at him. And she's like, well, now that you're fucking free, you can finally make a fucking choice. Because she's pretty much like, everything you've been saying to me, you know, come back, be friends, whatever. She's like, you're supposed to say this because you're under the rules of the robot laws. From day one, Cricket's been like, no, fuck you. Yes, I'm under the rules of the law, but I still know what's right. I know what's wrong. So fuck you, Eve. And so she throws it in his face, and he finally gets 3 of the laws, and Cricket doesn't change. Cricket's like, I love Lemon. She my peoples. You not gonna come in here and fuck with her. So he's like, yeah, it's a great scene. It's a really, really great scene. But her and Lemon have a scene, and Eve is rightly still kind of pissed off at Lemon because Lemon lied, and Lemon's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I love you. We sisters. Like, don't be like that. And Lemon has a moment where she can, because she knows she can short circuit stuff, like that includes like people. Like we are all like electrical current. So she could literally slap your fingers and you're fucking brain dead. She's cool like that. And she has this moment and she's looking at Eve, and Eve is like right in front of her, and Eve is stronger, faster, better. So if Eve starts moving Lemon, she could rip Lemon's head off in like 3 seconds flat. True cert. And Lemon's like, no. Lemon's like, despite the fact that Eve has spent the last book and a half off the fucking rails, straight up like murdering people like they was nothing, like humanity is a roach and she's Raid, like straight up. Lemon's like, nope, I'ma still trust her. She's my sister. I'm not gonna do it. And that's where you see, and that's where Eve has her moment where she's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be an asshole. And I guess that's enough. I guess that I wasn't displeased with it. It didn't feel anticlimactic. I guess I think I'm reading that. I was just wondering if after everything Eve had been through, if that would have been enough. And apparently it was. So I get it. Thanks for the host, Dusk. I kind of got it. I kind of got it. But yeah, Eve Eve was very hard for me to wrap my head around she went from so quick. Yeah, it's true, Mess. Sometimes it does just take one. Sometimes it does. And I like that it was like her sister that did it. That actually kind of snapped her out of her fucking being fucking all fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and made her kind of come back to the light, as it were. So yeah, it's you could make this series like into a spinoff. Cause I'm like the adventures of like Eve and Lemon and Cricket, who gets hurt. Okay. Cricket gets his head torn off by Gabriel. And I was so mad. I was so mad. I almost put the book in timeout. I was so mad. Tears his head off. Tears poor Cricket's head right off. And at the end, Eve is working on rebuilding him, so that's nice. But Cricket wasn't in the end scene, and that's bullshit, because Cricket is like the best character in the fucking book, and don't call him little, because he's not little, and he'll get very mad at you, and you should respect him. I almost threw the book. I did. I almost put the book in fucking timeout. I was this close to putting the book in timeout. I'm not even gonna lie. I was big mad about it. I was big mad. I mean, we were doing good. Like, we had lost some people, and I was kind of like, oh, that's sad. You know, you lose people in war and shit. I was kind of like, oh, that's sad. But then we lost Cricket, and I was like, it was one of those moments too where you're so mad that a character dies, like you go back and you reread to see if like you read it wrong. Like, you're like, wait, no the fuck, nuh-uh. And you read it and you realize, no, you was right. Cricket's, he fucked. And you know what? It's such a great scene too, because you feel it coming. Like fucking Gabriel again, man. This mother fucking Gabriel comes on and like, man, like he's just ripping Cricket, and you know it's coming, and you just want some. And Lemon's trying to help Cricket with like her abilities, but she can't stop Gabriel because he's lifelike, not human. So she's trying to do her electric thing, and it's hurting him, but not enough to stop him. So you're literally just, it's terrible. It's like, I'm traumatized. I need therapy. I'm traumatized and I need fucking yes, Gabriel's death is satisfying as fuck. It is satisfying as fuck. It's wonderful. It is absolutely, yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah, there's a lot of people. You'll hate some other characters in this book too. Even, and you know what? It's cool too, because some of the characters that I hated, I felt bad for. Like there's this one, I mean, these AIs, man, they're fucked up. They're just, and I feel bad for them because, I mean, even Ezekiel, who's like the sanest one out of fucking all of them, like even talks about how like, you know, his feelings for Anna and how much he loved her and how fucking intense they are. Just the fact that he just doesn't have the life to be able to process these emotions. So when Nicholas like made his AI and like made them, you know, the way they are, he didn't take that into account. He just literally is just like, boom, you're here, have all the emotions all the time. And I mean, just think about how you grew up as a human, like processing emotion, you know, and just, but now imagine like an AI, you've got no time to process your emotions. You're just there. You're there, you wake up, boom, and now you got to get to work. You have zero time to process any emotion that you feel. So I'm not surprised they're fucked up. I'm not, man, I hope humanity in the real doesn't fuck up like this. True cert. Cause like, man, cause I can see it happening, y'all. It's gonna be Elon Musk. He gonna make himself some AI, and then Google gonna try to take it, and he gonna go crazy, and then start killing people, and then his AI gonna kill him, and now the rest of us gonna have to deal with it. That's what's gonna happen. I don't like it. Just saying, it's gonna be fucked up. Hopefully there's some good AI too, because man, yeah, it's fucked up. When you can answer, have you read any books? I know, mess. I started the foundation and then I wandered off. I need to finish it. I would like to finish it, but I did start the foundation and then I have I've actually got 2 of his books. I've got the foundation and I have, it's not on this bookshelf. It's on the bookshelf back there. I think the one about gods. I don't do names. It's something titled about the gods. I've got the foundation and that one that I would like to read of his. It is a nice dream. It is going to be some Terminator shit. It's literally going to be some Terminator shit. I'm mad about it. Cause it's literally one of those books that you're reading it and you're like, this is exactly what would have happened. Like, I'm not even surprised. Like, the world is like, this is exactly how it would have went down. And he does a really good job too of getting like the 2 schools of thought of the corporations. Cause biomass is fucked up. Oh shit, 37 books I didn't know. Yeah, biomass is fucked up. It's so like, you know that Daedalus is fucked up, right? They're on that whole like, you know, super big like Terminator robots, you know, like fucking like big Goliath motherfuckers, like war robots, shit like that. And then they run their corp state, the whole like, you know, you gotta work to get citizenship. So you got like the whole like outskirts of the city where people are just basically working to death just to get into the fucking city so they can work to death some more. Like that's what Daedalus is, right? No surprise. But then biomass is not any better. Like he describes City Hive and it's like this big, beautiful Garden of Eden shit, which is pretty considering the rest of the USA is like a barren wasteland of bullshit because of war, right? It's not even fucking like, nothing's pretty anymore in the USA. So then you get to City Hive, it's like, oh my God, it's so pretty. But everybody's City Hive is fucking crazy. So City Hive is basically a hive. It's a hive mind where there are clones of the same thing. And it's very like, this is your purpose. This is what you are here for. If you do not have a purpose, you are dead. So there's like these people called carers, and that's what their job is. Their job is to care. Like they're like the nurses. Like you got a boo-boo, go see carer. But there's like 1,000 of carer. She's not different. And there's like director, and he's exactly what you think he is. Director is there to direction, and there's like 1,000 of him. And there's like hunters and sentinels, and it's a very nice fucking hierarchy. And really fucking creepy. It's fucked up. So these 2 like either one, humanity in the middle is like, you're not, you're not like nothing, neither one. I almost think that maybe Daedalus was a little bit better because at least they let you live and try to work, or at least try to like, I mean, it's like you're never going to rise up the corporate ranks, but at least you get, and you live your life in squalor and you're probably going to fucking die of radiation poisoning, but at least you get to live. You go on the biomass's side, like you are hive mind. You are not an individual anymore. You are the role that you have been built to be. And if it cannot find a role for you, then you are useless. That's also back as I think about it. Okay, we all have our jobs at the end of the day. Right. Doing the same shit day in, day out. Right. Right, I feel that. Not found, by the way. Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the channel and happy fucking, what is today? Is it Tuesday? Happy fucking Tuesday. It's, yeah, the book, they make you think. The books definitely make you think about shit. I really want to know if this unit has a soul. I really want to know if this unit has a soul. I would really, really like, yeah. Because I feel like the way America is right now, we're like a mild version of Daedalus Corp, right? We're that like fucking work to survive. Like that's literally what you're seeing right now, especially with this talk about the 600 unemployment and how mad people are about, you know, nobody's mad. No, the anger is not, well, shit, why aren't people making that money? It's, oh my God, you know, it's like, you see it. And it's such like, it's good timing to read these books again because you just see it. We are like on the cusp of being the big fucking state of like dataless. And you know there's some crazy motherfucker in there who's going, maybe we should just be biomass. Maybe everybody should just have their set roles, and then whoever does not fit into that role will just fucking kill them. It's crazy. I have never read Ender's Game. I want to. I did see the movie. I like the movie. So I know I definitely need to read the books. I would definitely like to read Ender's Game. That's probably going to be another one that's got my brain all fucked up. But it's it's good. It's good food for thought. It's good. It's definitely good food. So if you're a gamer and you're watching this and you like Detroit Become Human or Mass Effect, you'll like this. You'll definitely like. No spoil. I read the book. I watched the movie though, but don't spoil it. You want a brother and one sister? Okay, good to know. Yeah. So that is my review of the LifeLike Trilogy from Mr. Jay Kristoff. Very pleased that the ending did not make me want to rage and punch babies. I am very pleased the ending did not make me want to rage and fucking punch babies. It was good. It was a good ending. I was pleased with it. Yeah, I still don't know what to feel about Eve. You should read these, Mess, and tell me how you feel about Eve. It's bugging me. There's something about her bugging me that I cannot articulate, and it's going to drive me crazy. It's just something. And I can't decide if the something is supposed to be the something because that's how she was written, or is the something like, I don't know. There's just bothering me about her journey. Something is bothering me and I don't know what it is. I'm like ponder that. It's like that fucking itch you can't fucking scratch. But I like that it's bothering me. I'm just like, I don't know what to do about this bitch. I'm not. But I am pleased with her ending. For the most part. Like I'm pretty pleased. No, not slow. No, they weren't slow. There were a couple of sections here and there that I skimmed through, but not slow at all. No, it was good. It was pretty fast paced. They were not slow at all. These are pretty fast paced books. They move. They move. Even the downtime is well written because it's a good level of character development going on between the characters and interaction and, you know, that funny teenage shit. But it's not even too much funny teenage shit stuff. There were just some, I guess, areas, but I always skim in books. I swear to God, I don't think there's, maybe the Illuminate Files. God, I don't remember a book that not some point I didn't fucking skim something where I was just like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I do at some point at every book I read, like I end up skimming some little section, but it wasn't like a big section. But yeah, give it a shot. I think you'd like them actually. I think you would enjoy them. They do. They're a what the fuck journey. That's for real. That's for real. All right, so if you are watching this on YouTube, you should come hang out with us live while we do these, because then you can chat with me while I'm fucking rambling on like a big fucking nerd for an hour about a fucking book, because that's how I roll. Crystal's Imagination on Twitch. You should follow me on Twitter, writer streamer. It would be Crystal's Imagination, but Twitter has character limits, so I can't rename my Twitter handle to Crystal's Imagination, and it bothers me a lot. So Twitter, it's writer streamer, and then on Instagram, it's Crystal's Imagination. But if you want to know where I'm live, you should probably follow me on Twitter because I'm very lazy on Instagram. One day I might change that. Today is not that day. So follow me on Twitter or just follow the Twitch channel, and maybe sometimes Twitch will give you a notification when I'm live. Maybe sometimes. So you should really just follow me on Twitter because then you'll know when I'm live. Okay. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Read the books. Read the books. Read the books. Read them. Okay.